General Skywalker event is over, ladies and gentlemen. It is all done and dusted. Hopefully, you guys have been able to unlock him. Obviously, we sent a guide out there a little while ago, and we hope it came to some use for you. My name's Hynesy'S. If you're brand new to this channel, guys, please smash that subscribe button. Don't push it, smash it. That red button, just smash that thing. And give us a thumbs up. Kind of looks like this, but the grey version. So please, guys, it's super important. We're building this channel, and we're doing everything we can to make it awesome for you guys. So please help us with that. That would be awesome. Now, what I've done, guys, is obviously the General Skywalker event is over. The idea is, of course, now, what do we do with him? That's the next question. So if you guys have unlocked him, that's awesome. This is for you guys. We got you covered tonight. What I've done is I've called in a couple of guests just to go over some ideas with regards to farming him and obviously modding him and basically what to do from here is the plan of attack. So without any further ado, may I please introduce our first guest this evening, Darth Cerberus. Welcome, man. It's great to have you here, buddy.
Hey, mate, it's good to be here. Good to be on the airways with you again, and looking forward to tonight's discussion.
Pleasure as always, my friend. And of course, how can we ever forget Golden Tonsils of Australia, our man, Scotty McLaren. How are you, my friend?
Mate, I'm wonderful tonight. Thank you, Hynesy'S. And yeah, man, I think I might have a little bit of extra gas.
That's never a good thing. Only enough gas, not too much. That's the trick. So, guys, let's get into it. Obviously, yeah. So congratulations to anyone that's been able to unlock him. That's a super effort. You know, I personally did it the first time around, and so did Serbs. I think Scotty did as well, off the top of my head. So, guys, yeah, look, congratulations if you've been able to do it. We obviously released a guide for the actual for the event itself. The link is below. Check it out if you haven't already for next time it comes around. But basically, the idea is that hopefully it helped you with that and where we go from here. Now, let's start with the gear side of things, gentlemen. Now, obviously, I've gotten into the gear list. Now, there's some serious gear that you need for Skywalker. The job's not done here yet, people, is probably what I'm trying to say. Pretty simple. You need a heck of a lot of high-end gear to get him to a point where he's actually quite viable. Now, the idea is, of course, you need around 300 stun cuffs. You need 300 of those shock prod chirotechs, which are amazing to get. We all love those, don't we? You need 250 carbantes, enough said. You also need, of course, the 200 of the chirotech battle computers. Same thing. Really, really easy to get our hands on, aren't they? And especially if you spend. And of course, our favourite, you need 100 stun guns. So there's no mucking around with regards to the gear requirements here, gentlemen. Now, quick question to you is your thoughts on the overall gear level, considering the amount of resources you need to put in the first place to unlock the guy.
Look, from my point of view, it was expected because Malik certainly needed a fair bit of that. So I kind of expected that with General Skywalker. Not that I like it, but it means that, yeah, I expected it. Mine's at gear 11 at the moment because he's not even 7-star just yet.
Yeah, absolutely. And your thoughts, Serbs, as far as the gear levels, man? I think it's pretty well the status quo. If you unlock a major character, you're going to be up for a heck of a lot of gear to make him useful.
Yeah, I am in agreement with Scotty, and my point of view is that if you're expecting him to be an easy gear, unfortunately, I think you misconstrued your expectations a little bit, because let's be honest, CG knows that people want this guy. They're going to pour the resources into getting him, and then they're going to pour the resources into gearing him up. So they know from their point of view that this is going to be a big cash flow for them. So of course they're going to do it. So why expect any less?
Yeah, I find it so surprising that they're going to want you to obviously invest in a heck of a lot of resources to really make him sing. It's just really, really surprising from CG, isn't it, Serbs?
Oh, mate, it's a bloody shocker. What were they thinking?
Quick one with you, Scotty. Quick chat, man. This is the bane of my existence, and please, let's not swear here, gentlemen. 5-star unlock. Your thoughts. Go. Scotty.
Not a fan. Should have been a 7-star unlock, especially with what was required to get the guy with ships and everything else that you needed to even get him. And let's face it, I mean, Phase 2 and Phase 4 are not easy unless you've got the strat. And Hynesy'S provided that strat, which is in a separate video. But for what's required to even get him, yeah, it should have been a 7-star unlock straight away. But, you know, that's old ground.
It is. And Serb, same thing. I assume you're on the same page there, man. Should have been a 7-star unlock.
Yeah, basically, as I'll refer to my previous statement, don't expect any less. But what would have been nice from them, given that his shards are only from Get 1 currently, for those that were either still farming Malik or hadn't even started Malik yet, it would have been nice to at least get a 6-star unlock.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just more of a kick in the pants. At 5-star, he's damn well useless. I mean, we know that. You know, even, you know, Malik to an extent was a lot more use at the lower level. But anyway, if you guys are smart out there, and obviously a lot of you know after he was released, after the shards went live, of course, if you're clever and you knew that you were going to unlock him, I've got no doubt that you guys have been saving a lot of your Guild Event Token 1 currency, the GET1. You need, obviously, a lot of it to get him up and running as quick as possible. So, yeah, obviously it's quite disappointing from that side of things. Now, gentlemen, let's get into the Zetas. Now, obviously, we've been busy. My Ugnaughts have been a bit busy the last few days, people. So we've had some fun. We've been a bit crazy. We put some stuff together because obviously everyone's asking what we do now and how do we integrate him as far as the Zetas. Do we chuck them all on him straight away, or what do you do to make them sing? So my guys have been quite busy, and what we've done is we've basically put together a Zeta list. So what we've basically done is we've gone through the obviously the optimal 501st faction team. We've put together a Zeta list in priority in stages so that you guys have something to work with to get the most bang for your buck. That's basically the idea. So let's start with you, Scotty, if I can. So stage 1, let's go through the 4 there, my friend. Look, basically, 5s is instrumental Zeta for this particular 501st lineup for his sacrifice, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big Zeta that you certainly need. And look, I'm coming at this from stage 1. For those of you that might have got the gas, but you don't have the Get One currency. So these are the characters you need to work on before you even do anything with your General Skywalker.
Correct.
That's where I'm coming from. So 5s is definitely the Zeta you want first up. The tactical awareness one, it's a great one. Rex is captain of the 501st. It just adds so much to Rex himself. It's brilliant. And then if you use him in the Rex leadership, you know, your 5s is still good. But remember to place 5s in the 5th spot if you've got that tactical awareness Zeta. Arc Trooper, his Arc Arsenal, well, you certainly need that one. It's going to just continue to pump out the DPS that you need. And Echo with his Domino Squad, they're the first 4 that I highly recommend that you do before you even go anywhere near Zeta and Gas.
Absolutely. Now, obviously, once you've got that up and running, guys, then we move on to stage 2. This is where, obviously, things start to sing when it comes to our man Skywalker. Now, Serbs basically has all of these Zetas at the moment, so he can obviously explain why we're doing it in this particular order. I've spoken to a lot of people, not just these guys. I've spoken to a lot of people about the priorities. This is not just a few of us putting this together. I've been far and wide getting some feedback on what we should and shouldn't do. So the broader community obviously has come back to me and said, guys, this is the order that we run with. So let's get into it, Serb. So obviously Domino Squad from 5s is next on the list, my friend.
Yeah, so obviously referring back to stage 1, we want to do 5 Zeta first because that's a sacrifice Zeta. Probably one of the most vital, if not the most vital Zeta in the entire 501st faction. The reason we do Domino Squad in stage 2 is because you want those first 4 done to spread all those buffs around, get those extra damage buffs out there before you put on the 85% critical chance to 5s and the 15% turn meter. The reason you do Echo before 5s is because if Echo is present, 5s has 100% defense when taunting. So you want to do Echo Zeta to get that extra damage up, as well as have him there to get that extra defense for 5s, depending on how you mod him. It's going to come in very handy.
Absolutely. Now, with Skywalker, obviously, the first one that we've got off the rank with our man General. Let's get after the General now. Hero with No Fear is the first on the list. Furious Slash, and then Chosen, one of the 3 in that order. Let's start with Hero with No Fear. Why would you do that one first over the other ones, my friend?
Alright, so the reason you do Hero with No Fear first is because of the extra buffs that it gives. So if you haven't read the Zeta already, so it gives 25% defense, 15% max protection, 25% tenacity for each other 501st ally. Now it also gives, pardon me, he also gains 100% counter chance and 50% critical chance as well. So those buffs alone are the reason that we want to do that Zeta first.
Absolutely. And obviously Furious Slash is next on the list, man. And again, you've got this one on. You've got all 3 of them, all 4 of them, I think, on. So Furious Slash obviously is the next one after Hero.
Yes, so Furious Slash, we do that next because, well, let's face it, it's his basic. You want to have that basic maxed out because you're going to be using it more often than anything else. Now, the good thing about this Zeta is that it can't be evaded and it ignores defense. So that is very, very handy when you're facing, say, a Relic Padme team or a Relic Jedi Knight Revan team or a Relic Darth Revan team even.
Yeah, so
it's very, very handy as well.
That's your arena team killer Zeta, basically.
Yes, it is.
Gotcha. And of course, he is the chosen one. We know that. So the chosen one, obviously, before General, the leader one. So that the chosen one is obviously instrumental in this lineup as well, of course.
Yes. So the key part of this is that if he is critically hit, General Skywalker dispels all debuffs on himself. So if you're facing a Darth Revan team, for example, Revan throws his lightning out there, Bastille throws her debuffs out there. Well, hello, here's General Skywalker. There goes those debuffs.
Just going to cleanse them. Just going to cleanse them away. Absolutely. Just wash them away like they never existed. So then, obviously, guys, they're the ones we recommend for the first stages. Now, if you've got those up and running, we then obviously move on to the stage 3. Sorry, man. Yeah.
If I can, I'll just jump in there if I can, man, because the next part of that Zeta, though, the chosen one, that is so good, is that it also reduces your enemy's current max health by 20% as well.
Yes, of course. Yes.
So if you're fighting a Darth Malik, for example, perfect.
Yeah, just rips him apart. He's so health heavy, as we know. He just transfers everything across to his health. So to knock 20% straight away out of a Malik, that's certainly going to put you in a good position to knock him over.
Exactly, man.
100%.
So then we move on to stage 3, of course, guys. So the General of the 501st. Basically, with this one, we recommend probably leaving this to one of the last ones. The leader ability on its own is fine. The only addition for the Zeta on that one is obviously the 2% offense across the board. Now, you're going to be hitting like a truck anyway with all these other abilities and obviously the mods and everything like that, which we'll get to soon. So probably one of the last ones you need to do. With that being said, do it anyway. Highly recommend it and put it on your list, but probably not as important as the other ones. And of course, we're going to finish off with Ahsoka in the 501st team. So obviously those extra assists from her come in handy. Again, not absolutely essential, but certainly something to put in the list. But yeah, probably the least important. Getting those 501st troopers up and running, and obviously Sky would be paramount in these particular lineups, boys, with Serbs.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the good things about Ahsoka's Zeta as well, if you are going to use her in the 501st faction, is the 40% max health and the 25 plus speed, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to get out off the mark, guys. Speed is king. We know that.
Add to that too, man, with Ahsoka. She'll also assist, and she's a huge damage dealer. So certainly someone that I highly recommend in that faction for sure.
Couldn't agree more. Now, we get to the last ones, guys. Now, obviously, we're aware that not everyone's unlocked General Skywalker. He's not easy to unlock. We understand that. So, obviously, we need to come up with a replacement still in this team to still make him really solid and really viable. So obviously, surprise, surprise, Shark T is the replacement you could use for General Skywalker while you wait to build him up and get him ready to go. So we thought we'd throw in the Zetas for that as well, just in case Sky's not on the radar for a little while yet, but highly recommend this character anyway. Shark T still goes into beast mode with the 501st and any clone trooper thereabouts. So heightened reflexes, Serbs obviously is the one we recommend first, and then obviously, then after that, the leadership one, Unity Wins War, would obviously be the second one on the list, man. So reasons you go heightened first?
The main reason you go heightens first is for the retribution for 2 turns. Now, with that, that states that whenever Shakti or a clone trooper ally takes damage from an attack, they gain retribution for 2 turns at the end of that turn. Now, this is particularly handy for HSR or GAC, or even Territory Wars if you're going to use it on an attack and you don't put it on defense. The main reason for this is because you'll get a hell of a lot more assists from your clones. Every single one of them will have retribution. Say, for example, Phase 2 of the HSR. If all of your clones have retribution, Fives has his double tap as it is. Every time Scion uses a special ability, you're going to have everyone just dogpiling on him and smacking the absolute crap out of him.
Love it. That's brilliant. So obviously, sorry, Scotty.
I'll also jump in there and say that heightened reflexes is a great Zeta as well, even if you just wanted to use Shark T as well in a Padme lineup, for example, just simply because of the extra turn meter that she continues to gain, and she dispels debuffs. So it's a good Zeta on both.
It is. I mean, they're all good.
Definitely.
That's the thing. They're all good. It's just a case of when it comes to the crunch, which ones do you run with first? So, I mean, they're all good. And at the end of the day, if you're investing in those characters anyway, we certainly do recommend Zetaing them up and making them priority. But that hopefully gives you a better idea on what to focus on first. That's the trick. Now, let's get on, guys, quickly. Now, of course, as I said, our Agnaughts have been super busy. We've obviously put together, of course, we've been speaking to our friend Macias. We reached out to him and said, man, General Skywalker and the 501st, we need an idea on what you recommend for modding these guys. So we again have put together a bit of a mod guide for you guys as well. So all of these information, these graphics, guys, they're all going to be available in our server. The link is below in the description, and it's obviously on the graphic here as well. So guys, you can help yourself to that. Come and grab it, spread it around the world, do what you need to do, by all means. So let's quickly go over a few of these. We'll be super quick here because we don't want to muck around too much. This is the technical stuff, of course, but
Hynesy'S, just quickly, man, I just wanted to throw out there, man, that the Unity Wins War Zeta from Shark T, her leadership, that is paramount if you're looking at using your clones in the light side territory battle as well.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. Yes, certainly do. Completely forgot about that. Light side territory battle, absolutely paramount. Otherwise, they're just not going to work. You're going to get wiped in 30 seconds. Highly recommend that. So let's get into it, guys. So General Skywalker, our man Macias has reached out and he's told us this is the way to go. So basically, he's quite versatile. There is a lot of different ways you can mod him, but basically the ones that he recommends at this stage is obviously running with the critical damage and the health based mod sets. We need obviously speed, critical damage, and protection through there. Try and get as much offense, speed, and protection as possible. When it gets to Rex, obviously, yeah, we need to make him as quick as possible. He needs to get up and running nice and quickly. So speed and health there as well. Lots of speed. Get some protection on there just to obviously make him nice and solid. But yeah, the speed is key with Rex. He's fast anyway, so that's something I recommend. Echo, of course. Yeah, he needs to do the punches. He hits the punches here. He's the man. So again, offense and obviously critical damage is what you need. Speed, crit damage, and offense on your primaries. Offense secondary, just build him up. Make him hit like a truck. That's what you want. Arc Trooper, very, very similar as well. Get him fast as well, of course, but same thing. Crit damage and offense. Highly recommend those guys. So just again, make them hit hard. When they hit, they got to hit hard. It's simple. Now, when it comes to fives, he's the tank. He's the brick wall. He's the one that you need to hang around as long as possible, but you need to make him reasonably solid. You need to fill him up with some other stats as well, because as soon as he dies, he's going to transfer all of that stuff across to everyone else. So basically, defense, so he can hang around as long as possible. Survivability. Obviously, get some health on there. Pop him up as well. They're the mod sets they recommend. And then, of course, speed and protection, because you're going to feed it across. And then, of course, offense, speed, and health in your secondary. So the harder he hits, we pass it to everyone else. The faster you make it, he passes it. Health passes it across the board. So let's start with you, Scotty. Your overview on this. Obviously, this is the man Macias. He's the one that knows. So your thoughts overall, man, or anything you want to clarify on that I've missed?
No, man, 100%. I agree with everything that he's actually come out with here, especially with fives. Fives is key when it comes to the mod sets that you need for fives. Look, Macias has absolutely nailed this 100%. But look, I do know that there are other sorts of mod sets and stuff that people certainly do run when it comes to working with General Skywalker as well. In fact, I found one just the other day that someone was talking about. And if you'll indulge me for just 2 seconds, they're saying that Arc Offense wants a fast offense set, which is what we want.
Mm-hmm.
Echoes stacked with as much DPS, which is what we have. Rex needs nothing but speed, is what they're saying, some people. But fives is a mixture of speed and survivability, and sprinkle in some offense, and away you go.
Highly agree. You want him to cross his arms as quick as possible, basically. That's something we recommend. Serbs, your takes, man, anything you want to add to that as well? Or again, is that pretty well covered?
So I agree. I agree with all the sets that Macias has put out. Just a caveat on that, those on the ones that say, for example, offense or critical damage, whichever set you go with, because obviously you need 4 of each, I would highly, highly suggest making your other set a health set.
Absolutely. So yeah, so obviously you need to do 4 and 2. We know that with modding, guys. And again, if you need help with modding, McCase is a man. 0127. He's not hard to find. Go and see him if you need some assistance as well. I highly recommend it. Or even just speak to your guildmates, people that are knowledgeable. There's a lot of smart people in the community out there that know a lot about mods. But that hopefully gives you a good overview on what to work with to get up and running anyway. So, gentlemen, look, we're going to wrap this up. It's just a nice, short and sharp one. I hope that helps you guys. Feel free to smash it in any comments down below. Anything you want to clarify, we can follow it up. Of course, go and see us as well, guys. The description below and our link as well for our Discord server. Pop in there. Ask any questions. We're here to help. We're not here to make it harder. We're here to help the community. Gentlemen, I do want to thank you so much. Serbs, thank you so much for your time today, my friend. It's been invaluable as always, dude.
Mate, happy to help out. You know, I love getting on with you guys, and I have an absolute ball when I do it. So thanks for having me.
No, it's fine. And of course, Scotty, you're a legend, man. You know the love is real, my friend. Thank you so much for popping in, and thanks for your help with the guide here, man. It's been brilliant.
No worries at all, my friend, and always happy to help, as I just killed a massive spider in my house with my wife.
That's the way to end, people. Let's crush them. Get out there. Have fun with General Skywalker. Build him up. I hope that the guide helped you, of course. I hope this guide helps you just as much, if not more. So, guys, please feel free. Smash that subscribe button. Spread the word. Heaps more content coming. We're just warming up here, guys. I'm serious. We're just warming up. So, you don't want to miss anything. We're going to be spitting out a heap of stuff. If you want those guides, head to the Discord server. They're in there. They're under the resources channel. You can't miss it. It's really easy to get to. Feel free to pop in there, grab what you need, share it around, share it with the world, and if you need anything, let us know. That's all from us tonight, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. We will see you again very, very soon. We got Harpoons and Beer, of course, coming up. Our GAC battles. They're always running. We got some really great guests all the time. You might even hear these ugly mugs from time to time. The guys we're just talking to, they pop in. You just never know your luck. And yeah, guys, pop in. It's great. Pop in, have a chat. We kick back. It's a bit of fun. I go a bit crazy. I throw some stupid teams out there. We're going to use Rose Tico and Anganaush's Gear 13, of course. So let's get it going, guys. Thank you so much for your time, and we will see you again on the next video. Take care. Be good to each other. Thank you. Bye-bye.